Ah, okay. I think you guys can hear me now. Two. Somebody tell me if you can hear me or not. Uh, what's up, Elizabeth? Virginia? Um, I'm going to plug these in. All right, you can hear me. I think people are slowly joining. How's it going, Kara? Hang on. Okay. All right, it's good to see all of you. There is a whole bunch of stuff coming, so I want to talk to you about some of it. Two. Okay, yeah, I can hear myself. So, how is the sound? Is it too loud? Somebody tell me if it's like way too live. Check the Patreon feed as well. If you are watching on Patreon on the Ohio Select page, click the video above to get to here. Okay. The bear hunk is back. You're good on my end. Okay, so I guess the volume's fine. Put this away. Anyway, how is everybody? All right, we have more and more people joining. This is good. Make sure to chat if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're not watching on YouTube and you're still on the Patreon page, click the video and it will bring you to YouTube. Oof. Hockey. That is one sport that I definitely would not survive. That's better, right? Yeah, that is better. Oh, I think there is somebody watching on Patreon. I think Natasha. I just got a notification. I have a new fan. Well, tell her I say thank you. No, I would not survive hockey. I'm actually a good ice skater though, because my aunt is well, my cousin technically. I can't access live stream, but I'm hearing you. Natasha, that sucks. Why can't you access the live stream? Try, if you're on a desktop, try like hovering your mouse over it, and it should show you the title of the video on like the top left or top right. You click the title, and that should bring you to the live chat. If not, I think on a tablet you can just click the video itself, and it'll bring you to YouTube. I'm not totally sure. Well, Mary, tell her I say thank you. Anyway, so I'm a pretty good ice skater because my aunt was an Olympian ice skater, and she taught me how to ice skate when I was younger. But like figure skating, ice skating, not like hockey, not cool stuff. I was a fancy boy. I guess we can get started soon. Ah, good, Natasha, you found it. Perfect. Let me just double check. Okay. Still a rookie. That's awesome that you're on. Figure skating is no joke. Figure skating is not a joke, but you know, it's a bit girly. When you're that young, it's a bit girly. Like I was young enough to think like this is weird. I was an idiot. So anyway. So I wanted to fill you guys in on why I've been so MIA and also all of the things that have been fixed. Thank God. The things to expect, the things that are coming. The only reason the video didn't go out yesterday is because there was an issue with the Adobe Premiere Pro. I have to like reinstall it. It wasn't like rendering the video, but the video's done. So That should actually be out tomorrow because it's reinstalling now, but it's a huge program, so it's gonna take a little while. Yes, I am back. Now, first and foremost, I set this live chat to just be all patrons, so, like, anybody on Patreon, and subsequently, I might not post this one public, but maybe I will, after the fact. Um, the the mail outs, the issue with the mail outs has been fixed, and this month, March, this upcoming month, which, yeah, this upcoming month, there will be 3 mail outs for the people who are owed mail outs. If you are owed from December and, April, May, June, July, August, September. I had to do that backwards. If you're owed for September and December, and then subsequently next month, you will get 3 different designs, 3 different, posters and mugs and all that kind of stuff. On top of that, the surprise gift is also gonna go out. I didn't wanna send I've had the surprise gift for a while, but I didn't wanna send it out with the issues we had because I didn't want it to, like, get lost in the mail or get sent back. So now that everything is fixed, there will be, for the people who are owed, there will be 3 different things that you will get, depending on what tier you're in, that you'll get in the mail, and the surprise gift that will probably just go out for everyone, actually, everyone who's stuck with me because you guys are amazing. Uh, so, no, I am not amazing. You guys are amazing. But uh, so you know what? I'm gonna pull up a calendar, and that way I can like walk you through all of the crap that's been happening to me. Excuse my French. So, obviously, you guys know about like San Jose and all that stuff. I got really sick after San Jose. I know I posted about that, but like I got really sick because of all the smoke that was going on with the fires, and it lasted literally until like the middle of last month. Like the middle of January was the first time I felt like kind of myself again. I actually like I went to an ENT and I was like, and he did the whole camera, the strobe thing, or yeah, it's called a strobe, I think, scoping. My brain's not really working right now. Scoped. I think it's scoped when it's a camera. Anyway, it is a scope. Thank you. I went to an ENT. I should know this because I've been going to ENTs like 50 times a year since I'm a kid because I'm a singer and I'm nuts. So I got scoped. Strobe, what the anyway, and, he was like, "Yeah, you're fine. Stop it." And I was like, "But I feel a tickle." And he actually said that he's done a lot of work with, sorry, I'm moving the mic cord around. He had done a lot of work with, firefighters, and he was like, "Yeah, it's like straight up what happens to firefighters and when they get like smoke inhalation." And I was like, "But it's January. It's the middle of January, and it's been fine since the beginning of December or whenever." And he was like, "Yeah, sounds about right." He apparently was like very typical. So I am finally feeling vocally somewhat like myself again. Um, no Wi-Fi. Marie, you're watching on. Maybe you're not watching. You should be able to click though. Somebody said they have no Wi-Fi, but then how did they comment on the post? Uh, I don't know. Maybe you can watch it later because this will be on the select page. But so I got sick. I finally was feeling myself again. Um, I was feeling myself. Uh, and then oh right, then I was off. I went off to Barcelona to do a competition, which I made it to the finals for. So that was pretty cool. Big deal competition. And then I was in Ireland doing the Veronica Dunn competition, which is a big deal Irish competition, and I got fourth, I think. Yeah, I got fourth. And then I went from there to uh, Hamburg, Dusseldorf, and then up to Biel, Switzerland, all doing auditions. Um, and that was a lot of time. That went into February, and then I flew back home and then I was home for like literally a day. And then I flew to California to do a competition there. And then I flew from there to Cleveland to do auditions there. And I only got back like, when did I get back? Oh no, I'm totally wrong. So I did the first round of the California competition was on the 9th of February. Then I flew home and I was home for like 3 days. And then I went to Sun Valley, Omaha, Idaho, which you guys saw because I think I posted about it. I did post about it. And I did a concert there, which there is footage of, and I'm going to exclusively release it to you guys. Partly because that's what's up when you're an O'Hanlon Select, but also because you guys are amazing and you deserve a whole lot of stuff that's coming your way. If it's Tuesday, it must be Belgium. What? I don't get the reference. But my brain isn't working right now. So anyway, so then I was in Sun Valley, Idaho for a few days doing that recital. And then I flew home and then I did another competition. And then I flew out like 3 days later back to California to sing the finals of that competition. Then I went to Cleveland for auditions. Like I auditioned for a few people around that area because like that area is pretty heavy with like Cleveland is a good place, Buffalo, Detroit, Columbus, Pittsburgh, and like Cleveland's kind of central, so that's kind of like where I would stay. And I didn't sing for every one of those, but I sang for some. So I'll probably actually end up going back and singing for the rest at some point. And then, yes, that brings us to now. And then, is here if it, oh, it's from a play. If it's Tuesday, it must be Belgium. That's what people say when they have been on a whirlwind trip. Oh, okay. If it's Tuesday, it must be Belgium. I didn't know that. Thank you, Mary. That's a cool saying. I will definitely be using that because I travel way too much. So that brings us to here. Brings us to today. It brings us to the mail outs going out. 3 mail outs going out next month, and we'll be back on track from then on out, barring any other ridiculousness with complications. Oh, right. I got sick. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. That was actually on the 14th. That was right before. That was like a few days before I left for Sun Valley, I think. Yeah, that was like 3 days before I left for Sun Valley. I don't want to is like not I don't want to do like into TMI, but that was sicker than I've been in a long time. I mean, I couldn't move. I've never been. It was definitely like some stomach flu or something because like my joints hurt and it was just that was rough. And it sucked because I actually wanted to record a song for you guys for Valentine's Day. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get some recording of some song out for you soon. It was in the title. I don't know what that is. Yes, I was sick. Anyway, so that brings us to today. And as I said, the mail out's going out next month. And we're back on track. Yes, stomach bugs are the worst. Oh, that was terrible. But there are some exciting things that I can tell you guys about, but nobody else knows because it's not like totally official yet. Well, I can't tell you about everything because actually, if I do post this public, which I probably won't, but if I do post this public, I could get in trouble for talking about it before things are signed. But I'll give you hints. So, hang on, I'm just looking for the link. Where is? I'm actually looking for my website because I know it's not public yet, and it was supposed to be, but it's because I'm adding stuff to it. So, the website is coming. Speaking of which, secret safe with me. I believe the secret would be safe with you guys. It's the rest of the internet that I don't have faith in. So, uh, website's coming. There's just like final touches being done to it. Actually, I'll be working on it heavily this weekend. So maybe by Monday, once it's finished, I'm going to publish an actual release date and hype it up. But you guys will get it maybe 2 days beforehand because there's some cool gadgety things on there. I want you guys to have fun with, and actually, I want your kind of feedback before I um, actually make it completely public. But there is also things you are allowed to order and things you are allowed to download or purchase for download. Um, and um, I want you guys to get the chance to do that first, so you're first in line for that kind of stuff. So if I am to run out of anything, it's not none of you guys are like at a loss. So if I do end up publishing this, uh, making this live chat public after the fact. By the way, if this is public after the fact and you're watching it and you are not an O'Hanlon Select, you are not watching it live. Some people get confused and they think they're watching it live. You're not watching it live if you are not an O'Hanlon Select. So I'm not ignoring you if you're typing hi Emmett. Some people thought I was at one point. I am not. So I wanted to tell you guys about some stuff because the website's not up yet. I will be traveling a lot, not the upcoming month, but a little bit in April, and then starting in May, it's basically a sprint. May, I'm doing the Dallas Opera competition. So if you guys are around in Dallas, Texas, April 1st through the 3rd, definitely come out to that. It's a really big deal competition, and it's always a lot of fun. And you can get tickets, I think, pretty cheap actually, if you look on the Dallas Opera website, or just Google Dallas Opera competition. Um, and there's a movie. No, I don't. I don't know about the movie. Anyway, oh, I missed some comments. Tell Shay I say hi. Uh, anyway, so May, the Dallas Opera competition. Then I'm hopefully doing a competition in Columbus. I'm not sure, but hopefully, if I get into it. And then I have I think it's probably like 4 days off, and then I go to Ireland, where I will be performing the role of Malatesta in Don Pasquale, which I'm very excited for. In the Blackwater Irish Festival, which is an Irish festival. It's an Irish opera festival that happened. Wait, Blackwater Opera Festival, not Irish Festival. Opera festival that happens in. We rehearse in Dublin and then we perform in Cork. So if any of you are in Ireland, the last 2 weeks of May, that's where I'm going to be. I'll be Damien show where? Oh, in Detroit. Is that what you're talking about? I already have reserved my tickets and scheduled. Nice. Awesome, Elizabeth. If you are going to the Dallas Opera competition, you should post the crap out of it and tag me and tag Dallas Opera because that makes me look good. But also, they like it, before and while you're there. And so then that brings me to the end of May, and then June I go back to Des Moines Metro Opera, where I am playing the role of Maximilian in Candide, which I'm very excited for because I've never actually been in Candide, but I love Candide. I just got home from work. Tori, what up? Feel free to rewind and watch the rest of this. I don't know if you could do it while it's on. I think you can. I think you can drag the thing back and watch it from the beginning or afterwards. But yeah, so I'll be doing Maximilian and Candide, which I'm super excited for. And that is the performances. You can check the performances once my website's out. I'll have them all listed under my tour/schedule section. But it starts the first show. It opens June 29th, and it's in Indianola. It's just like 15 minutes south of Des Moines, and there's 6 shows, and then I go from there. And I'm actually doing Malatesta again in Don Pasquale, but in the Berkshire Opera Festival, which I don't know if you guys know where the Berkshires are, but it's Massachusetts. It's like 2.5-ish hours north of Manhattan. So there's three of those performances. Yeah, three of those performances at the end of August, which you guys should definitely come out for if you're around New York, Massachusetts, Boston, Jersey, Philly, whatever. I don't know how much you're willing to drive, but um, so that's going to be really great. It's going to be my second time doing that role, uh, but I'm very, 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 very excited for that. That's going to be really cool. It's a great cast. I know two of the singers that are in it with me, and they're both amazing. Uh, and after that, that brings us. Oh, and then I can't tell you about any like literally anything in the fall officially. Uh, I may be doing some shows, solo shows. I probably will do some. There might be some opera stuff. It's nothing I can talk about. So anyway, so let's skip ahead to things I can talk. Well, God, I can't even talk about that stuff because the contract hasn't been signed. So I was just in Europe doing some auditions, and there may or may not be a whole bunch of stuff coming between January and June, those months, in a certain part of the world that I was just auditioning in at a certain city in that part of the world. I feel like that narrows it down enough, but doesn't give it away because I was just in like 6 different places. Um, Needless to say, though, I'm super excited because it's a big deal. It's my first official season out of being a young artist at Chicago, and it's always a really weird, rough season for a young singer because you're kind of, you're a small fish in a big pond again, and you're freelance, so your agent is desperately trying to like make a name for you, but I'm very excited. It should be it should definitely help kind of like it'll be a step. This next season will definitely be a number of steps actually, to be honest, in my career. So I'm definitely looking forward to really getting on the move with all that stuff. How do you handle the stress? This is a great question. And I was actually going to do, I know I kind of did an Emmett's Thoughts about this a bajillion years ago. I think it was like, what was it? Stress for something. I did like stress versus like happiness. I was really proud of that video, and now I can't remember what it was. Anyway, uh, some days are better than others. Some days it sucks. Some days the stress level is absolutely nutso. Um, because there are other things that I do. Uh, there's side hustles I have going on and that kind of stuff, and it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. But there are more good days than bad. I try to. I actually seem to. I don't know. I always feel weird when people say this about themselves. I seem to be somebody who responds to stress in an efficient way. I can really buckle down and like work my brain to death. Like I can just like not sleep if I have to. That's not healthy and it's not recommended. And I wouldn't tell anyone else to do it. And it's not. I wouldn't even say it's a good way to handle stress. But I can get stuff done that I need to get done, kind of no matter what, because I just won't stop until it's done. Sometimes I procrastinate, and that makes that a lot harder. But the lack of assurance about what next, and somebody has exhausted and motivating. Mackenzie, that is a very, very, very good observation. Um, she said, in case you guys didn't see it, I can only imagine the lack of assurance about what's next is simultaneously exhausting and motivating. That's actually kind of related to what I was just saying. So like, yes, the lack of assurance about like exactly what's next. I mean, because this season, again, as I said, is like the weirdest. Pretty soon I'll have stuff being booked out for next season, 2021. Well, I guess technically next season is the season I'm referring to as this season, 1920. It's like a school year. Opera season is kind of like a school year. It starts in the fall and ends in the spring. Um, but that's the weird season because that's technically my first full season out of being a young artist. So, but I'll have stuff being booked for 2021. Actually, there's already one thing basically booked. I'm waiting for the contract. So like things get a little easier because further out and you know for sure kind of what's what. Um and um yeah, so the lack of assurance is exhausting. It's definitely motivating. It's definitely exhausting because I'm motivated to do anything I possibly can to get my name out there and get people interested in me, which is why I'm nonstop. The last like month and a half has been absolutely crazy. I feel like I've spent more time on flights than I have on ground. That's not true, but that's how it feels. And but it's kind of the nature of the beast, you know. It's what's required. Am I getting really laggy? Because my am I back?